Coming up next on the Mind, Body, and Laughter podcast.
I like that you enunciated like that. That was good how you just projected your voice. Very good. You don't even know what we're talking about. When you blinking twice?
Yeah. That means some people, I forgot what we said it meant, but whatever it meant.
Send help.
Somebody help, right, yeah. Coming up next on the Mind, Body, and Laughter podcast.
Do labels matter? You know I was going to say that, huh?
No, because that's not what I was going to talk about. So I guess we got two topics today. Do labels matter? And do you want your kids to date someone that resembles or has your personality? Coming up next on the Mind, Body, and Laughter podcast.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.
And we're back to the Mind, Body, and Laughter podcast with your hosts,
Tanya and Herm.
back at it again. So
Early
we're
in the
gonna start
morning.
off with the I didn't think we had to mention that, but okay.
No, it is
Back
early in the morning.
It is. So,
But we were just saying how I've been getting up early. You're always up early doing your classes, but I have to get up at 5 o'clock now to take the kids to their training at 6 a.m. And I come back and I don't even feel like getting back in the bed. It's like I'm starting my day and it feels good.
yeah, because you get a whole lot done.
Right. I do go to bed. Well, you know, I'm always in the bed early, but I'm in the bed by 8:39.
Yeah, you do a whole bunch of stuff. You're just doing stuff. The next thing you know, you're like, damn, it's only 12 o'clock.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it feels good. We have our tea.
Oh, and they're in the
Cheers.
Basketball Hall of Fame cups from
Very
my
hot
game.
still. I can't drink it.
Yeah, from a few weeks ago.
But what I wanted to, so I was having a conversation last night with a girlfriend,
Okay.
and she's dating someone, and she is very concerned with not being labeled his girlfriend yet. Does that matter to you, labels?
Well, for me, no. Like, but I would say
So
most
labels
men
don't matter
doesn't
to
really
me,
matter.
but the status, what are we doing? Are we in a relationship or dating?
Right. I'm about to say. So I was
That-
about to say that, but that's a label.
No, it's not. That's what is the status of what are we doing? Like
Okay.
when you introduce me, you can say this is Tanya, because I think people already know who Tanya is.
They definitely.
I don't
know
have
that,
to
but-
say this is me, my fiance, you know, or my fiance this, my husband this, my boyfriend this. Definitely don't call me a girlfriend. I'm a lady in the 50s. I don't want to be called a girlfriend.
I
You can
didn't do
call.
that anyway.
Huh?
I never did that anyway.
No, you didn't.
Uh,
I'm not talking
you just
about
mean
you.
in
I'm just
general.
talking about
In
in general.
general.
But
Gotcha.
everyone's different. So everyone
Some
has
people like
their
that, so-
preferences,
right.
right? But I know she's very concerned with, you know, being a girlfriend.
but isn't she?
What?
Is she?
I don't know.
So that's what I'm saying. So if my thing is, if she is, then I don't see it as a big deal with him having to say it all the time. But did they establish whether they're in a relationship or not? That's the key to it for me.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
Right. Are we
'Cause if
in a
if
relationship
they're in it,
or are we
then
dating?
It doesn't need to be. I don't
And
think
is
it
there a
needs to be said all the
difference?
time.
Right. But isn't there a natural flow that it'll eventually just happen?
That's the way I typically do things. I typically don't like to.
Well, let's not talk about what you typically do.
I'm just saying this is
Typically
why it works
that's-
for me. It does. It works for me because it happens organically. It's natural.
Did we have a conversation?
Yeah, we had it, but you had it. You brought it up.
How many times?
2 light ones and 1 real one.
Really?
Yeah,
2 light ones?
yeah, like 2 light, like you made a little something about it, but it wasn't a big deal. But then you had the one where when we was in the bed that day, that was the big deal. But
When you
had
said,
2
are
others.
we in a relationship or dating?
No, you said that.
Right. When
Yeah.
I said, are we in
Yeah.
a relationship or dating? And you said dating.
Yeah.
And this was about 3 years in.
No, it wasn't. Now stop. Don't tell the people that, man. Don't
tell
tell
the
people
people.
that. Yeah, don't tell them that. Don't tell them.
Okay, so
untruths.
how
Don't tell them untruths.
it wasn't even a year. It was a year in.
Yeah, it was about a year ago. Yeah, it was definitely about a year. I'll give you that. But our year.
But do you
wasn't
think
like-
it's
but
fair?
Our year,
Do you think
year's
it's
not typical.
fair that you still had not defined our relationship?
That's what
And
I was
you
about
just-
to say.
Put it as dating?
I put it as dating at that point because I still wasn't sure where we were at. But
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't
not
have,
true. You did know.
Listen. We didn't have the typical. Because we
What's a
weren't
typical
Because we
relationship?
weren't in the same place.
So it doesn't matter.
Ours
That
was
made
no
it the
longer-
best.
Right, and it did. But that's still, it wasn't defined at that point. At that point, we were still figuring this out.
At what point do you define what?
We were figuring it out. We still, I don't even think you were that sure at that point. So I don't know why you're trying to make it like it was all me. You weren't even sure. So what are you talking about? Yeah, what are you talking about? You weren't even sure.
I've always been sure about you.
No, you have not.
Yes, I have.
It was a long time before she was sure about me, people. We're not even going to sit up there and do this. Yeah, she had to figure this out. Do I really want to?
What do you mean? I don't believe. When I asked you that question, I wanted to be in a relationship.
What I got from you at that time, you wanted to know where it was at. Not so much as you had to be in it at the time.
Okay, that's a good point.
Yeah, I just thought you thought you wanted to know where it was, where it was going to be, and maybe where can this head, or where is this heading? This is where I got from it. I didn't get that you were slapjack ready to be in it at that moment. You
Slapjack ready.
Slapjack, but I didn't say slapjack. But okay, same thing, whatever you want to use. I didn't know you were back, or wouldn't think you were ready at that time either. I just thought you were trying to figure it out, just like I was. I knew we had a good thing going, and I think you felt the same, but we didn't know where it was going. So you wanted to find out the potential, where it was going, and where it was at that point.
So is it essential for you to define and have for us, because we can't speak for everybody,
Right.
but it's important for you to know that I'm your.
For me, I don't so much think it was a thing of just we got to label that, but I think it just went there and we just knew. I thought we just instinctively knew.
I knew when we were in the bed and I said, "Oh, it's a relationship or dating." I knew,
No,
but
didn't
apparently
at
you
that
didn't.
time. No, yeah, at that time, no, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
You were still figuring it out too. Don't do that. You were still figuring it out too.
You can keep beating me up with
Yeah,
that.
you was. You were
But-
still trying to figure out, like, I'm going to bring it up, but I don't know. I hope you don't say yeah. Because if you say yeah, then I have to give him an answer on the spot. But, you were just figuring it out. But we were both figuring it out. That's in my opinion. But as far as just, I don't think it necessarily has to. Some people need that, though. So it really just depends on
Do you
the
think
people.
I needed that?
No. I didn't think you needed it. But I thought you needed it as far as knowing, but not needing as far as saying the label. Like, okay, whoa, let's go put it everywhere on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't think you needed all that. I just think you needed it to know for yourself. Not so much as... And then I did my best anyway to try to give you that assurance that that's where it was when it finally got there.
You did your best.
Yeah, to make it, yeah.
You did your best.
Yes, I did.
What did that look like? You doing your best?
To give you reassurance, yeah. But some people are different. Some people need to say it. I usually try to do it through actions.
Okay. That you do make a good point with that. Your actions spoke louder than me having to hear those words. And I've always said actions speak louder than words. You were intentional about our visits. You were intentional about our time being spent together. You made plans. I think, in my opinion, that's more important than having a label.
Yeah, I would think so. But like we said when we first started, everyone's different.
Right.
Some people need those words of reassurance. Some don't. And if you needed it, I would do it. But I just it
So
just
if I
felt
said
refreshing.
back then, are we in a relationship or dating? And I said, I really need to be in a relationship right now. What would you have done?
If you'd have said it right then on that spot.
Right, because I didn't say anything. I got
Right.
real quiet.
Right, you did. But
Real quiet.
but if you had
If I was in my own, if I wasn't in my own bed, I would have got up and left.
No, you wouldn't. You would have just left.
Yep, I'd have been like,
So we was down in Georgia, North Carolina at that time.
I'd have got up and get on that sofa.
Oh, okay. All right, that's different. You was like get up and left like you were going to leave the house. Yeah, well, that's different. Okay. All right, that's I can rock with that. But if you had said that, I would have the conversation might have went a little longer because I would definitely would have told you I think we're going towards that, but I didn't.
You think?
I would say I didn't know for 100% sure, but I was definitely thought it would be leading toward that direction. But at that moment in time, I wouldn't say we were in it at that moment in time, but I would definitely like to work on going towards that.
Oh, but I didn't say anything. I got very quiet.
Yeah,
so.
but I didn't say right. You didn't say it, so you know.
Yeah.
But that's what it would have been.
Oh, okay, that's a nice answer.
Yeah, so, but it's very that's a very 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 tricky situation for a lot of people because some people need that word. That word can actually ruin it if they don't get to hear that word coming from their partner.
Yeah.
And I really subscribe to is he treating you a certain way? Is he treating you good? Is he doing the things that?
Well, I've been consistent that this is one of the most healthiest relationships I've been in. So if we stayed like this the rest of my life, I'd be okay with it.
You'd be okay. Okay. Just okay, huh?
I'd be okay with it.
Okay. Good. So that's good to know. But but for the people who needs that label, as far as that person, did they express that to their partner?
Knowing my friend, I'm sure she's exhausted and talked about this at length.
Oh yeah. So if you're oh, okay, I kind of figured out who this is now. Okay. So saying it all the time is definitely not going to be beneficial to the situation, because it's not that the person may or may not want to have that label, but hearing it all the time is almost like you're forcing them to do it, and it's almost like it should be something that both people want to do. And not to say that he doesn't. Now,
but
you have to keep an eye on it, because if someone's playing, you should bring it up.
But
sometimes.
From what I understand and from what I see, he's supportive. He's there. Organically, it just has to happen in their own time. I don't know what the rush is, I guess I should say.
Right.
But that's them.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to know, did other people? Right. Of course, I wanted to know what other people's thoughts were as far as labels. Is that important to you?
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny when my sister
in the comments.
When my sister got married, and I want to say this happens with a lot of women. My husband. I'm like, well, don't he have a name? And I remember my grandmother saying to my sister, the way she said it, she said, well, you're not the only one that has a husband. It's just the way she was saying it. My husband.
Some people, they get excited in the beginning. And, it's my husband, my wife, and then after a while, it's like, yeah, him. Like, he don't even say a name or the title no more. It's him, yeah, him.
I find that...
He just, him.
I don't know. To be reduced to just my wife, my husband. I don't know. Maybe that just comes with age.
I don't think so. Because in my first marriage, I wasn't like that.
You didn't say my wife?
Sometimes, it depends.
Then you just said her name.
Oh yeah, I did kind of say her name. I'm gonna edit that out.
I mean, not that that's a big deal.
No. I don't want that on there. So yeah, no, I'm gonna edit that out. But I would just say the person's name.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah. So it didn't really. It just situational when that came out, but it wasn't like my wife this, my wife that, my wife this, my wife that. No, like she this, all three, but the name wise. So, for instance, I'm like Tanya, got the nickname Tanya, brush some teeth, Tanya. It ain't my wife did. It sometimes it may be in there, but sometimes it's not. It's not going to be like just all the time. You know what I mean?
My husband. I said.
But you're so used to saying Herm all the time anyway. It just flows naturally.
If I ever start saying my husband all the time, I want somebody to be like, girl, now that's not what you do.
Y'all hear that? So
my husband.
Y'all heard her say it in front of everybody.
My
y'all
husband.
Have to check her if she starts doing it.
It's just a joke.
Yeah, we go. But definitely get in the comment section, guys, for saying if a label is important or not. Definitely interested to hear your thoughts on this. And next up, we had a conversation with one of my groups, and they ended up getting in a conversation, and they were saying, would you want your kids to date someone that resembles you?
Yes.
So you would want your sons to date someone that is like you?
I'm their first woman figure, and why not?
Right, and it's not a good or bad thing, because whether they realize it, they tend to do that anyway without your
right. And I, as girls, I like to find someone that's like my father.
Right.
Now, my father was tall, black, handsome, very handy, very loving, and he was a family man. Why wouldn't I want someone like that? I mean, there were other traits, and I'm like, well, that's not good.
Right, and that's what I was about to bring up, because there were some things that, like, even the ones that had fathers who were negative or mothers that were negative, they still ended up picking someone like them.
Right, because that's their first person.
That's what they know.
That's what they know.
Yeah.
Right, but as you get older, you kind of can discern. My father was a little controlling. He didn't want my mother to work. I'm totally opposite. I am a serial entrepreneur. And, I mean, I got that from him also. He's an entrepreneur. But just the other parts that weren't as appealing, I know I can recognize them in a man and say, oh, no, that's not what I want.
So
I took the good qualities for you.
Right. For your kids, how would you, because for me, I just have to use my nieces and nephews, but for your kids,
A black woman.
That's for you. Okay, your sons.
Yeah,
Okay.
I want them to be with a strong black woman who is loving, devoted, family woman. Family woman. Does that make sense? Yeah, because I said family man. Someone who wants a family, educated, higher education.
But what if they didn't want a family?
Well, family
Would
doesn't
you hold that
necessarily mean
against them?
kids. Family also
Okay.
means coming around, celebrating
Okay.
holidays,
I got you.
a traditional woman.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean having kids, but
Okay.
wanting to be involved with the family, taking family
'Cause
vacations.
I know you would love a grand at some
Oh,
point.
yeah.
but
I mean,
that's why I asked.
I'm 56 years old, and at this point, I'm like, not the younger ones, of course, but I would love to have. I'm looking at Sharon, and I'm like, she posting that baby every other day. I'm about to go over there and snatch that baby up. I mean, imagine because as a mother, and seeing the timelines coming up on social media about when we would go to Martha's Vineyard, or when we went to Cape May, or when we took all kinds of trips, and how young they were. Mm-hmm. Now, all I have are memories.
Right.
That's all I have. So it just makes you really sad. There has to be some type of a drug for women so that they can really help with these emotions.
Grandchildren.
I know, but I still miss my kids being kids and being a mother.
Gotcha.
Okay. I miss it tremendously, and I look forward to being a grandmother. But that's different than being maybe that's why I'm aching, because I miss my babies. They were such good babies.
Okay, so we covered the sons, but you also have a daughter. So you would.
Yeah, I miss her.
No, I mean as far as you would. Again, same thing with
her father, dating someone like her father. Oh yeah.
And they typically will.
Her father's a family man. Yeah. He's a strong provider. He's a supporter. There's other traits on him that probably could take out.
We all have traits that we
absolutely.
can take out, so.
I believe that's why she's having a difficult time finding a partner, because men nowadays are
different.
A little different.
Yeah,
I'm lucky I found you.
Wow. Well, thank you. Appreciate that.
But it's not easy to date.
No, it is not. take it from someone who had a lot of years of experience. It is not easy at all. And a lot of it was me, you know, because I had certain ways. Like once you, especially once you start being
You did
single
have
for a
some
long,
kind of
yeah,
ways
you
in the
single
beginning.
for a long time. It's hard to break some of the ways that you had because you're just used to being on your own. Just like, all right, if it don't work, boom, I'm gone. You know, I never had that problem. But you know, but it's not always the most conducive when you're with somebody. So, I go into it making sure I remember that, and make that a conscious thought.
Right.
That you remember, you know, you have your ways, but you know, you got to kind of check yourself at times.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
So, but yeah, so that was very,
That was
very
productive.
good. Yeah, I thought it was. Very
Now I
nice
get to
time.
go to work.
Yeah, and I get to promote and try to push all this stuff. So, before we get out of here, for our, I guess it's gonna be our wellness for the day, I guess, but.
It's
Little
Wellness
combination.
Wednesday.
Before combination, I was reminded today, and I will post on social media about it. I was reminded today, this is the 5-year anniversary from starting the Zoom classes. You know, when we had COVID and I couldn't see people, and we had to figure out a way to still get everybody trained. 5 years in. So it was a
Happy anniversary,
yeah,
dear.
so I think that was very cool that they remembered that. 'Cause
Who
I did
remembered?
kinda
Who's
I kind
they?
of forgot. Marcus and Laura, so I'll make sure they'll be shouted out. But, you know, for everybody, especially ones that was there right from the very beginning. So,
Was I there from the beginning?
no. No, you were not this time.
Okay.
Were you? Yeah, we had just, actually, may have just started to speak. Because that was right in COVID. That was COVID time. So we had just started speaking. I think you were in the vineyard and was sick. And,
Oh, right.
yeah,
Oh, my gosh.
yeah. So
Because I think I had the COVID.
you think you
But
had it?
I think I did. I wasn't.
I thought you said it happened after you took that.
Right. No, I did not. Did I take the shot?
You told me you took one and you got super.
I got
sick
one,
right
but I got
after.
super sick. But I also had went to Florida. I'd gone to Florida also.
Oh, you was with your aunt, right?
No,
That
she
wasn't-
didn't have her house then.
No,
I was in
thought
Florida
it
for
the
work.
cruise. Oh, for work.
For
okay.
work.
Okay, got you.
Yep. And got so sick, and then like the few days later, I went to the vineyard and slept the whole time.
Right.
And everyone's like, "Did she have COVID?"
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe I did. I lost weight. It was bad.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the picture. I was like, ooh.
Really? Ooh,
Yeah,
boy.
I said, ooh, that looked like her. Okay.
Yeah.
That's why I said, that's why she wasn't trying to do no FaceTime.
That wasn't even the time. That's when I went with my family. The following year, I went with Pam and my aunt.
Oh, that was the following year?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's when I went with my family.
Oh, okay. I thought
And
that
Jason
was,
had to drive us. We had drove the Jeep up. My sister had her
I
car.
remember that one too, but I thought we started speaking with when you were sick.
I was with Pam.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
I think maybe you always reached out.
Yeah, no, we ain't talking about that part.
Reached
Before
out.
you make up this story again.
You always
Let's
reached
leave-
out. What
let's
you
leave the
doing?
story. Let's leave
I'm
the
heading
story.
back to North
Here we
Carolina.
go.
I'm like, well, I'm on the
Here we
vineyard.
go. Here we go. Here we go.
But
No, so you ain't gonna leave the part that I said I was coming up there first, huh?
You
ain't
didn't
gonna,
say
you
that.
ain't gonna say the part when I left.
you didn't say that.
See, that's exactly what I mean by why I want to leave it out.
You don't
I
want
knew
me
she
to
was
go
gonna
back to
start
these text
exaggerating.
messages and pull up the receipts.
You always lose.
Not
The
always.
receipts. Yeah, you might have won once. I'll give you one. Because you're not good with the receipts. It's better that, you know, you
I'm going
make
to pull
a
them up and
conversation.
I'll screenshot them and send them.
Yeah, okay. You
Time
do that.
It's time to go.
Yeah, you do that. So, I'd like to thank you guys for joining in on another episode of Mind, Body, and Laughter Podcast. Appreciate you guys' support.
With Tanya and Herm.
And we'll see you next week.
This could be us. So back to what I was saying. Could be us.